This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's number one show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.
Knicks family, what's popping, man? What's not popping? The Knicks ain't popping. Not tonight. Josh, we scored 122 points, but we gave up 144. Talk to me about defense, Josh. It don't have to be the 90s defense. We just got to play some defense. And we ain't doing it. We gave up 144 points tonight, man. We scored 122 and gave up 144. The defense is bad, Tony. The defense is real, real bad. Ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you support the channel. It's 1:09 a.m. and I'm jumping on to this post-game show. Support the channel, ladies and gentlemen. After a Knicks loss, you know what I mean? After a loss. Cash App is $ nothing but Knicks. PayPal is paypal.me/nothing but Knicks, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, please make sure you go ahead and support the channel. I appreciate it. I don't know, man. It's just, Kevin, you said you don't think it was that bad? The Clippers were just red hot? Or what about Milwaukee? Same thing with them? I mean, because, you know, we gave up 100 and whatever, you know, a high number to Milwaukee. When we scored 120-some points against Milwaukee, I mean, we beat Toronto 136-130. We let them score 130 points. The Clippers came in averaging 114 points per game. I don't know, man. I think our defense is just bad right now. And we got to figure it out. We got to figure it out. Because I just don't think the Knicks are going to continuously outscore people the way they did against Phoenix. They're not going to keep doing that, in my opinion, man. I don't know. Tony, what's your thoughts, man?
I think they're going to have to figure out a way to. Because I don't see it getting any better. I don't see it getting any better.
That's tough.
I mean, yeah.
That's tough. I mean, 56.8% shooting by the Clippers, 46.5% shooting from the three-point line. You know, you're not going to win when you allow teams to shoot that way. A lot of open three-point shots for the Clippers tonight. You know what I mean? You're not going to win. You're just not going to win. When teams, the Clippers, you know, were 16 for 33 from the three-point line.
Even when we were in the game early, we both were shooting. You know, like neither team was playing defense. We both were shooting 50% from the field, 50% from three.
Right. I mean, and for real,
actually, they wasn't even hitting their threes at that point. We were shooting 50% from three. And 50% from the field. They was shooting bad from three at that point.
And then for real, I mean, when the Clippers, is not like, in my opinion, it's not like they just locked us down. We started missing shots, not making shots. I didn't see that they just locked us down. You know what I mean? And I don't know if it's just going across the league like this or what. I know they were talking about it in the telecast, how, you know, there's a lot of spacing on the floor, so teams are shooting better, and it's just hard to stop teams, but you got to figure out a way to do something. And then you know what else bit us? I talked about it in the game preview. That's something I really want to see the Knicks do is close out quarters, close out halves. The end of the second quarter, the Knicks up 4 with like 4 minutes left in the second quarter. and all of a sudden, bad shot 3-pointer, turnover 3-pointer by the Clippers.
And one. It was a 20-5 run.
And they go on a major run, and the Knicks never, ever recovered from that run. You know what I mean? You got to be able to close out those quarters, close out the halves. Just,
it was quick. It was 3 minutes, 3 minutes and change left.
Yeah, 3 minutes and change left. That's a tough one, man. Let me get to a phone call, then I'm gonna get to the box score of the game. Caller, you're live, man. He's naming your number, please. I mean, not your number. Naming where you're from. I'm tripping. The Knicks got me bugging out right now. What's going on, man? Yo,
What
you
up,
there?
son? What up, son?
What's going on with you, brother? How you feeling?
Doing all right. Well, we still polished, of course. Mike from North Carolina.
What's going on, Mike?
In California on business, trying to watch these West Coast games. Unfortunately, I won't be able to. Try to get with MSG. This has got this weird thing in regards to zip codes, and we know the blackout and restrictions, things of that nature. So unless otherwise, I won't be checking out any of these West Coast games.
Mm-hmm.
But, and I don't necessarily mean to get off the topic of tonight's game, but since the acquisition and the return of what's his face? I can't. The center that we got back.
Taj Gibson.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
When that occurred, to me, I turned into Jogo Sims and just basically was felt insulted. What is his place with the Knicks now? Because I'm about bigs. I love bigs. To me, we got what, 3: Robinson, Hartenstein, and Sims. That's to me, that's a luxury. If not, please enlighten me. So going forward, assuming whatever goes down for trades, you see Sims part of a package.
I think even before Taj Gibson, Sims could have been part of a package. I don't think, acquiring Taj Gibson makes Sims more available. I really think Taj Gibson is just an insurance policy.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's just an insurance policy, and it's one of the reasons why I was confused by some fans who were turned off by the signing and like, what's Taj Gibson going to do for us? Why Taj Gibson? He's an insurance policy. You see teams do it all the time, sign vets, especially at the center position and power forward position, sign vets that are experienced as an insurance policy. I didn't understand why some people were upset about it.
How do you think Sims's attitude is? Because I can if he expresses dissatisfaction with management, it makes sense to me. Why did you get Taj? What about me? Hartenstein and him, that's still good. Do you see Sims still possibly being part of the lineup, or this could be his last year with the team?
I think, as far as it being his last year, who knows? But right now, I still think I think he's going to be part of the lineup. You know what I mean? I think you brought Taj Gibson in the event that Sims gets hurt or Hartenstein gets hurt. Now you got another guy that you can bring in off the bench. You know what I mean? The Knicks, Tom Thibodeau likes having, centers, bigs, centers out there. So, that's why the Knicks have 3 of them. You know what I mean? And that's why they picked up Taj Gibson. Now, you can clearly see, and Tony was talking about it before we got on the show, that Sims ain't Mitch. You know what I mean? Sims ain't Mitch. Sims ain't Mitch.
No doubt. Now, this string of Knicks games where they've been scoring in the 120s, that started the game before Utah or when? Because I'm shocked myself. We got all this offense, but damn, we can't stop nobody. That's
right. They've been doing it for a little while. I think they talked about it in the telecast over the last 5 to 7 games or something like that. The Knicks had the best offense in the league over that time, but the worst defense in the league.
You think guys are tuning out the Tibbs at this point?
Do I think they're tuning Tibbs out?
Yeah.
I don't.
As far as not playing.
I don't think so. I don't think they're tuning him out. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I mean, I think they're playing hard. You know what I mean? You know, so it's not like they're not playing hard, but you know, there's miscommunication on pick and rolls. Then, you know, we're allowing teams to go nuts from the 3-point line. And sometimes we're actually covering the 3-point line and they're knocking them down. You know?
Okay.
But a lot of times those threes are wide open. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen it multiple times tonight with a 3-point, you know, Terrence Mann, Paul George, you know, these guys shooting wide open threes. The Knicks have had, under Tom Thibodeau, they've had a tough time covering the 3-point line, and it's gotten worse the past 5 to 7 games. You know, it's gotten really bad. We've had some teams really, really shoot the ball and run up some points against us. You know what I mean? I don't know. They gotta figure something out. They gotta figure something out.
Oh boy! I mean, if they got to figure it out now, this is December. I mean, I don't want to go into the new year like this, man. What they should do is pay attention or watch I believe it was the month of March in the silver or the gold anniversary year, the 97-98 season in March when Jeff Van Gundy was coaching. There were at least a good 4 games where the Knicks were blowing teams out by 20, and they were playing, I mean, really, their defense, they were really getting stops, man. How do you win 4 games? And these are all home games, if I recall, because it stands out in my mind. I mean, they were really coming on strong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, wow. I mean, I would love to watch those games again. I mean, really, they played and clamped down on D. So this Knicks team, I mean, that you still feel they're committed to defense, despite current circumstances, but you know they're putting the effort or trying to.
Yeah,
because right now, honestly, it's like watching the Denver Nuggets back in the '80s.
Yeah, I mean, I do still think they're committed to defense. There's got to be some scheme things that teams are figuring out that are really making the Knicks struggle. I don't know what it is, but yeah, because the Knicks last year were a top 10 defense.
Yes.
You know, they started off the season top 5 defense, you know, but they didn't score the ball as much. Now they're scoring the ball and can't play defense. There's got to be a balance in there somewhere. They got to find a balance.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your thought, Mr. Crow?
I think we got to figure out how to outscore teams, because I don't think our defense is gonna get better. I've been saying it for a couple of days now. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I feel like and then especially with Mitch out, because I feel like even though we weren't as good, we weren't our best, even with him there, he cleaned up a lot. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
Yep.
I would even consider starting Hartenstein, just because I know he's more veteran savvy. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
okay.
And maybe if we start these games off a little bit better, he's already playing heavy minutes anyway. You know what I mean? So maybe start him off. The only problem is if he gets in foul trouble early now, it could be a trickle down effect.
Right.
But we're gonna have to figure that out either way. Right. We don't have any other alternatives like that. So I might consider starting Hartenstein, just because he kind of knows what he's doing out there.
All right. Again, I haven't seen the game since Gibson has returned. When Hartenstein goes out, Gibson has been coming in, or since?
No. Gibson's barely playing.
Gibson, he's
playing
barely playing.
Time.
Barely playing.
Okay.
Yeah, he's barely playing.
Okay.
Barely playing. Yeah. But
All right.
yeah.
All right. Last thing, gentlemen. Last 2 things. Are you guys panicking? And if the Knicks do make a move, who would you like to see come to the Knicks, please?
I'm not panicking. Because I've been saying that the Knicks got to figure something out defensively. You know what I'm saying? So we can get stops because now and Tony is saying, and I agree with Tony. So it's kind of like this. I believe the Knicks need a better defense to consistently win. But if we can't play defense, especially with Mitch out, then you got to find a way to outscore teams. The problem is I don't think the Knicks can consistently outscore teams.
Okay, I could.
Right.
I could
So
believe that.
so that's where, like, I don't know. They got to find a balance somewhere. But
It's like a republic.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. But I'm not panicking because this team they've been able to figure things out. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen it over the past couple of years. They go through stretches where they don't look themselves or whatever it is, but they somehow, some way figure it out. So I'm trusting that this team is going to figure it out. They're going to figure out the best way for this team to play because every team, every year, once you add one or two new players, they're a little different, and you got to figure out how this team plays. So I think this team is going to figure out how they play. So yeah, I think they're going to figure it out. If they were to make a move, I'm still a believer that DeMar DeRozan could really help this basketball team. You know what I mean? Him with RJ and Randall and Brunson, I think is a really competitive. I think they can compete with anybody in the league. They can compete with anybody in the league now, and I think that raises the bar just a little bit for them, and you don't have to give up a whole lot. In my opinion, if he's available, you don't have to give up a super whole lot. And I think he adds mid-range shooting. I think he adds some playmaking, some veteran savvy. He adds some of those things, I believe. And you still keep your core in place, and you still got a ton of youth.
So you think we'll compete with the Celtics and the Sixers if we get the
I don't know if we go that high. But I think that can put us definitely top four. I mean, we're probably close to top four now. I think that can make us definitely top four, and then we'd see how we would compete with those teams. But to be honest with you, I don't think there's anyone that we can realistically add to this roster right now. And I'm saying realistically, because anyone can say, well, yeah, if you had Donovan Mitchell or Devin Booker, you can. I'm saying realistically add. I don't think there's anyone that you can realistically add to this roster that's going to make the Knicks compete with those teams. For sure, like 100% for sure. You know what I'm saying? So I think the best move is, finding a way to add another piece, you know what I'm saying, and see if that can help you, to compete with those teams.
Or on the flip side, now that you mention it, what teams would like to get a Knick, or what Knicks would be desirable?
I mean, I think I actually think for a guy like DeMar DeRozan, Quentin Grimes, Evan Fournier, and picks would do it.
Well, okay, Fournier. I'm kind of surprised, but I get it. Okay, all right.
Yep.
Because I knew we got picks like whatever, but okay.
Yeah, I think that would do it because, because I think if Chicago's trading DeMar DeRozan, which I think is definitely possible, they're looking to reboot. I think they'd be looking to reboot. Yeah. So, but hey, my man, I appreciate your time, man. Thank you for the call. Be safe out there in Cali.
You got it, Crow.
Peace, family.
Peace, brother. Peace. Yeah. I don't know, Tony, man. I don't know. That's just, it's tough because I'm not sure. I mean, listen, the Knicks are going to win more basketball games because I think we're still going to see nights where they can score in high numbers. I just don't think it's going to be every night. You know what I mean? And hopefully they can find some nights where they can defend. But
I agree. It's gonna have to fluctuate. You know, some nights, you know what I mean? Some nights maybe our defense could get it done. Some nights we're gonna need our offense to get it done.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not concerned either. Like I'm not overly concerned either. Because like you said, I feel like we're resilient. We'll figure out a way. Luckily, we started the year well enough and gave ourselves a little bit of a cushion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So now it's really at this point, at worst, maybe treading water until Mitch gets back.
Yeah.
But we'll figure things out along the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're gonna have to, man.
But our margin for error is just gone. You know what I mean?
Right. And even on the, Mitch, I mean, you're right. He does a lot. You know what I mean? Even, when the guy breaks down the defense, Mitch is there. If he's not blocking the shot, he's making the guy change the shot or change his decision. You know what I'm saying? When the Knicks do miss shots, he's grabbing 5, 6, 7 offensive rebounds. You know what I mean? To give the Knicks another chance to score. He's grabbing defensive rebounds. I think he's better in the pick and roll defense, pick and roll coverage than Jericho Sims is. So, yeah, the Knicks are missing that right now, big time. Big time. You know what I mean? Tonight, Jalen Brunson, he didn't have it for the first half of the game. He started to pick it up maybe sometime in the second quarter. But for the most part, he didn't have it like he had it last night. Jalen Brunson tonight, 22 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, shot 41% from the field. He did shoot 40% from the three-point line, but he didn't have what he had last night. I didn't expect him to have that. Didn't expect him to have it. Julius Randle, 22 points, only 4 rebounds for Julius Randle. He did shoot 47% from the field. He was 0 for 3 from the three-point line. RJ Barrett, 18 points, 47% from the field, only 28% from the three-point line. Isaiah Hartenstein, 12 points, 10 rebounds, played 29 minutes. Jericho Sims, 7 points, 2 rebounds. And I do agree with you, Tony. I think Tom Thibodeau's at least going to look to see if he needs to make a change at the center spot. He really might need to consider it, he might need to consider it. Because Hartenstein he's been catching blocks tonight, 3 blocks for Hartenstein. He's using his body well. You know what I mean? So you might have to think about it. Dante DiVincenzo, 18 points tonight, 62% from the field, 62% from the three-point line. Quentin Grimes, 8 points, 37% from the field, 40% from the three-point line. And then you had Josh Hart was ejected from the game. And Mr. Marion Davis, thank you for the Cash App. I really appreciate it. Hit me with a $50 Cash App. Definitely appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. He said the game changed after Hart was kicked out the game. It did. I agree. You know what I mean? It definitely changed a little bit when he was kicked out. I don't even know why he was kicked out. I don't know why. I didn't see. I just heard him on a telecast saying, he was walking away from the referee saying whatever he said. But I don't know why he was kicked out. You know what I'm saying? The refs had a quick whistle to kick him out the game. Do you think the game changed? How much do you think how much impact did losing Josh Hart have?
I think it had a big impact. He's the one guy that could guard
multiple guys.
You know what I mean? Multiple guys. You know what I mean? Like whoever the hot hand is, you could put him on there and at least give you a different look, another shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. And rebound. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. I don't know what he did.
Well, I'll say this. Before he got the technicals, he was arguing a play.
Yep.
Before.
Yep.
And you know what I mean? They let that go. You know what I mean? So now, whatever he was arguing later, you know what I mean? I'm sure one thing, it might have been the same play. I don't know. You know what I mean? But either way, they made up for the one they didn't give him earlier. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Even when they didn't give him the one earlier, it's not like he did anything to deserve a tech. You know, he just raised his hands in the air and was like, "What's this?" and then went on down the floor. Now, I'm sure he was still barking, like when he was arguing, he was still barking about that a little bit. But you give him, I mean, he must have said something egregious, or the referee took it as being egregious to get 2 quick techs within seconds, and you're walking away from the play. Yeah, you know. And then Julius Randle gets a tech,
which was felonious.
Which was like, why? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you see worse than that all the time.
It was the celebration?
No. After he, I think, got a rebound and got a putback, got an and one, he's walking away like, you know, kind of like, you know.
I seen that, but the ref was already coming. The ref was already coming to break it up before they even made contact with each other.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, he was walking, Terrence Mann bumped into him and he waved his arm. Right? And then Terrence Mann moved back, and then Terrence Mann comes back towards him.
He's at the very least a double technical.
Like, come on.
At the very least a double technical. But right. I don't even think that deserved the
I don't even think that. Yeah.
Because he was antagonized.
Right.
Like he definitely tried to cut him off, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As he's walking to the free throw line.
It's crazy. And he comes back towards him, and he doesn't even get a tech. That was terrible. Yeah. That was terrible. You know, that was really terrible. I don't know if these things, you know, you got to be able to fight through these things, right? So they shouldn't.
And that was his first one of the year.
First one of the year. So they shouldn't. Those type of things, you know, shouldn't take away from your. You know, it shouldn't get in your head. You know what I mean? And take anything away from your game. But the refs got to make. Come on, man. That's terrible. 2 terrible calls right there. But, you know, the Knicks, you know, just couldn't, I don't know. They lost it. You know, they lost their steam at the end of that second quarter, man. And it boiled over into the third quarter, and they got smacked. Tom Thibodeau waved the flag early, kind of, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's surprising.
Surprising. He waved the flag pretty early tonight. You know, maybe he just was like, you know, I don't like the way these guys are playing. You know, like I don't like the energy level, whatever it was, and said, forget it. You know, let me get him up out of here. But he waved the flag early. Waved it early, man. Tonight, Kawhi Leonard had it going. 36 points for Kawhi tonight. 7 rebounds. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 7 rebounds, 4 assists for Kawhi Leonard tonight. Paul George, 25 points, 7 assists. Zubac, 13 points, 11 rebounds. 1 big monster dunk on Jericho Sims.
Yeah, he set the tone for the whole game, I felt like.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. James Harden, 10 points, 12 assists. Norman Powell, 16 points. Russell Westbrook, 10 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Terrence Mann, 13 points. The Clippers had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys in double digits. 1 guy in double-digit rebounds, 1 guy in double-digit assists. You know, they had contributions all over the floor. And so they score 144 points tonight against the Knicks.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little concerned, like, because it felt like the game plan was attack Sims from the beginning. You know what I mean? And break that down first.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And we got AD coming up next. You know what I mean? I don't know which AD we getting, but if we get bubble AD,
Right.
It's gonna be a problem.
Man, I mean, the Knicks were out rebounded tonight, 53-44.
Mm.
The Clippers 36 assists. The Knicks 20.
36.
36 assists tonight.
Mm.
8 steals, 7 steals for the Knicks, 6 blocks for the Clippers, 4 for the Knicks. Only 8 turnovers for the Clippers. The Knicks only 10 turnovers. But they had turnovers at crucial moments, right?
2 crucial ones.
You know what I'm saying?
Second quarter.
That second
back
quarter.
to back.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Crucial turnovers that led to 6 points. Knicks 47% from the field, 31% from the three-point line. The Clippers 56.8% from the field and 48.5% from the three-point line. You know, that's good shooting. That's what the Knicks did last night. The Knicks shot better than that last night. But when you give up that kind of shooting, you're going to be in trouble. I mean, the Knicks actually gave up that kind of shooting to the Phoenix Suns last night. You know, the Suns shot a little bit worse from the three-point line. They shot like 38% from the three-point line, but they gave up. They still shot the ball well. The Knicks just shot the ball tremendously, and Jalen Brunson had 50. Knicks 88% from the free throw line. The Clippers 82. Points in the paint. The Knicks won the battle of the points in the paint, but they still gave up 60 points in the paint. Second chance points, Knicks 15, the Clippers 12. Fast break points, the Knicks 21, the Clippers 20. It came down to the Knicks not being able to get stops. Came down to shooting. The Knicks didn't shoot the ball as well. The Clippers shot the ball well. The Knicks couldn't get stops. There's the basketball game. You know, there's the game. So the Clippers, that's their 7th win in a row?
Yes, sir.
Yep, 7th win in a row for the Clippers. The Knicks remain in the 6th spot in the Eastern Conference. Right, they're now a half game behind the Miami Heat. The Knicks are 14-11. The Miami Heat are 15-11. The Clippers move up into the 6th seed in the Western Conference. They're now 15-10. Won 7 in a row. As a matter of fact, they have the longest winning streak in the NBA, followed by the Philadelphia 76ers. And Houston Rockets are on a 5-game win streak.
Oh, another one?
Yeah.
After they was sliding?
Yeah, man. 5-game win streak by the Rockets. The Pistons on a 23-game losing streak, but you know, that's crazy. I don't, and it's hard to see when they're gonna get their next win, to be honest with you. But the Knicks, man, they hold that spot. They're still in that 6th spot in the Eastern Conference. Orlando's dropped down a little bit. They're now in the 4th seed. Indiana's dropped down a little bit. So, we'll see if things start to go back to normal or if Orlando can hold on to it. We'll see. But
Orlando in the 3rd seed ain't normal.
Huh?
I said Orlando in the 3rd seed ain't normal.
Nah, that is not. That's what I meant. If they're gonna drop out, and like Cleveland or somebody moves up.
That normal.
Yeah, that normal.
Nah. They back. They for real. They for real.
You know what I'm saying?
I was actually having this debate with my friend who's the bigger surprise, Orlando or Houston.
Yeah. And
I chose Houston just because I felt like Orlando was trending up.
Mm-hmm. But man, just a tough loss for the Knicks tonight. The Bucks beat the Pistons 146-114. There's a lot of scoring going around the league. There's no doubt about that. 76ers beat the Hornets 135-82. That's 53 points. The Cavaliers beat the Hawks 127-119. The Timberwolves beat the Pacers 127-109. Miami, they beat the Bulls 118-116. The Bulls are 10-17 on the season. I don't see anything coming back for them. They're done.
Yeah. But they like tied for 10th seed.
Yeah. The Warriors 124-120 over the Nets. The Mavericks 131-120 over the Portland Trailblazers. The Thunder 118-117 over the Nuggets. The Kings beat the Jazz 125-104. And the last game of the night, we already know the Knicks lose to the Clippers 144-122. A lot of double-digit wins tonight for teams. 1, 2. Oh, that was not double digits. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, half the games, double-digit wins, double-digit losses, whatever you want to say. I don't know, man. I don't know. What's the biggest thing for you? What is the biggest thing the Knicks got to do?
Man.
I mean, for me, it's the defense.
For the next game or just in general?
Just in general.
Like long term, I'm not too concerned. Like right now, I'm looking at games and matchups. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm looking at games for who we're playing and how we kind of look against them. And can they maximize against our weaknesses? You know what I mean? So because long term, like I said, I'm not really concerned. I think we'll figure some things out. We'll get, you know what I mean? We'll get our wins. We're not gonna just go on a crazy losing streak. I don't believe that. Now,
you better not.
Talk to me. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? We'll cross that bridge when we get there. So I'm just looking at next game. You know what I mean? I thought this would be winnable, and it ended up being real ugly. There's circumstances though, like Josh. I do think that changed things. Let me ask you this: Do you think? Would you agree that they haven't, when Mitch was available, they haven't utilized him, or maximized his strengths offensively? You know what I mean? Like look for him in lobs and pick and rolls.
They probably, I would say they haven't maximized. Yeah, I would agree that they haven't maximized it. But just as he was going out, they started to look for him more.
Okay.
Right? It's like they were realizing that, okay, maybe we need to use Mitch more.
The reason I asked that, because I thought part of it was Mitch doesn't necessarily screen, do great picks all the time. And I think well, Sims was horrible tonight, but I think Sims, because of his base, he sets good picks. But I don't think they're gonna utilize Sims in the same manner. Like I feel like they're gonna have to realize Sims' talent. If you look at when McBride came in the game, and then when the third unit came in the game. Now, granted, at the very end, they were going against third unit. But when McBride first came in, they were still Clipper starters in. And they found him for the lob. I don't think it was a great pass, but he goes and gets it. If you throw the ball up, you know what I mean? Like, he's literally going to go and grab it. I feel like he might be a better lob threat than Mitch, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like Mitch, you got to throw it perfectly almost for him to get it. You know what I mean? Sims will actually go get it. All you got to do is throw it high enough that the other team can't. So I'm just wondering if they're going to have to figure out how to maximize his, you know what I mean, his strengths, because he's ended up, one, being a target, at least tonight he was, but being a liability because he's not being utilized at all, except for a pick, another pick. You know what I mean? Like, he's just out there kind of.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't want him to be a liability, especially to start the game. Like we got to get off the good starts.
Right. You know, I don't know. I mean, but maybe that's the reason why they should try Hartenstein. You know, because he can, you know, and you can see he's obviously now playing more with Randall and Brunson and RJ. You know what I mean? So his confidence with them is getting better. You know, and how he plays, you know, is getting better. I want him to stop trying those behind the back passes though. You know, just throw the pass. You know what I'm saying? Like
or don't.
Or don't.
Or
You know what I'm saying? Or don't. I mean, but like he had the straight up pass and then he turned away and tried to go behind the back. For what? You already had the pass. Like, what are you doing? He did the same thing last night.
Yeah, he sure enough did. He sure enough did.
And then he, you know, hit himself in the head.
That should have been a kickball though.
Oh, I didn't. Maybe I didn't.
It should have been a kickball. I mean, I don't know. Like sometimes they call it a kickball, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? If he threw the pass off the Clipper dude's leg, you know, sometimes they call that a kickball.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Tough loss tonight. We'll see if we can rebound Monday against the Los Angeles Lakers, against the Lakers. You know, I don't think offensively, I don't think they're as good. I don't think they have as many weapons. Obviously, you got LeBron and you got AD, but I don't know if they have as many weapons as the Clippers. You know what I mean? Austin Reeves is over there. Who else is over there? You know, that's, you know, a huge threat. Rui Hachimura is over there.
D'Lo.
You know, Cam.
Now, he ain't gonna really create for himself though, but
right. So I mean, but
I'm most worried about AD, to be honest. What AD are we facing, and are they targeting? You know what I mean? Like, are they going to him early?
Right. I mean, is AD playing?
I mean, him and LeBron sat out against
San Antonio.
Yeah.
No, LeBron played. He had 23 points and 14 assists. Yeah.
Oh, I could have sworn I seen them both in street clothes.
Nah, LeBron. I'm looking at it now. He had 23 points and 14 assists. Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know what his injury is or whatever.
He's resting for New York.
Maybe just resting. Probably. Yeah. I don't know. I guess, you know, I need to, between now and then, just I'm going to look at a couple of games, see what's going on. So I guess it was the previous game before San Antonio, LeBron sat out and Anthony Davis played.
Oh, okay.
Right. You know what I mean? So I don't know how much of an issue it was. Davis was forced to sit out of the team's second game against San Antonio Spurs on Friday due to an injury. Many believed it was an issue with his hip, but in fact, it was an entirely new issue that kept him out of the game. Doesn't say what. Oh, never mind. It does. Because of an ankle injury he suffered against the Spurs, because I guess they played a home and away or whatever.
Home and away? Okay.
Or whatever it was. So he suffered an ankle injury against the Spurs on that Wednesday. That's the reason why he sat out. So we'll see if he'll be there.
I know I was a bugger. I'm like, I definitely see LeBron on the bench.
Yeah.
And then I see AD on the bench. I'm like,
ladies and gentlemen, you can always support the channel. We definitely appreciate it. Cash App is $, nothing but Knicks. PayPal is paypal.me/nothing but Knicks. Again, big shout out to Marion Davis. Thank you for the Cash App. I definitely appreciate it. I just want to big up you again, my brother, for the $50 Cash App. I appreciate that. Yeah, but Tony, man, I'm gonna get up out of here. tonight.
Me too.
You know what I mean?
I go watch Power.
Got some stuff I gotta get done. Yeah, you know what I mean? I got some stuff I gotta get done. You know, maybe we'll do that Lost Tapes Losers Lounge tomorrow, something like that.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? Ladies and gentlemen, I definitely appreciate you guys. I gotta get some things done because I'm gonna have I got 3 more hours I gotta be up getting some things done. So I need to knock these things up out of here. But I'll probably see you sometime tomorrow. You know what I mean? Me and Tony see you sometime tomorrow, and then I'll be on the stoop tomorrow night. So anyone who wants to join, just talking some hip-hop stuff. All right? But, folks, I'm up out of here. Obviously, I'll be doing a pregame show and a postgame show when the Knicks play the Lakers on Monday. But we're going to get out of here for the night, folks. Be peaceful. Get some rest. Out.
This is NBK. Nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.